Hello, beautiful souls. This is Ava Azur, and welcome back to the Luminous Prosperity Podcast, where we explore the depths of spirituality, mindfulness, and personal growth. Today, we have an exciting announcement about an exclusive opportunity that you won't want to miss. Emmanuel Santa Anna, the founder of Luminous Prosperity, has dedicated the past 25 years to the study and practice of mysticism, mindfulness, and spiritual guidance. His calling is to serve the light of consciousness in humanity by helping individuals become their best selves and live their best lives. With mastery in dozens of spiritual techniques, paths, and concepts, and nearly 2 decades of working with angels, Emmanuel is a certified life coach, energy healer, and a prolific spiritual author. He is thrilled to introduce the annual Luminous Prosperity Program, a transformative experience that will take you on a year-long journey through the profound realms of the Archaea, female archangels, the archangels, and the powerful rays of divine light. Each month, participants will delve into the unique qualities and energies of the divine feminine, learning how to harness these powerful forces to co-create and manifest their highest potential. Stay tuned until the end of the episode for more details on how you can be one of the 36 selected participants for this life-changing program. Now, let's dive into today's topic. Deeply rooted in history, Archangel Michael has influenced many branches of religious and spiritual thought around the world. His presence is the meeting point of ideas that extend from the ancient Jewish traditions through the huge stories of Christianity into the spiritual domains of Islam and beyond into many cultural mythology. Though each tradition presents a different picture of Michael, they all center on themes of divine service, justice, and protection. Leading the heavenly forces in cosmically significant conflicts, Michael appears in Christianity as the archetypal warrior. His name, Archangel, designates a chief or leading angel, a position for which he is sometimes shown brandishing a sword of light, a representation of his heavenly might to defend and subdue evil. The Judaic writings retell this picture of Michael as a celestial general fighting the powers of darkness, showing an unflinching dedication to God's people as he stands as the protector of Israel. Under a somewhat distinct perspective, the Islamic tradition presents Michael, also called Mikhail, stressing his part in the sustenance and provision of the faithful. Here, Michael's compassion and food contrast with his warrior side to show a complex personality that goes beyond just combat. Archangel Michael is transcendent, as seen by this complex tapestry of beliefs that spans several millennia and many countries. His story is not limited to any one belief, but rather develops and changes to find resonance and meaning in many different settings. This flexibility reflects Michael's fundamental qualities of steadfast might, heavenly justice, and protection. The universal principles Archangel Michael represents are as much a part of his historical importance as his continuing appeal. Many people are still uplifted and consoled by his tale, which combines mythology, religion, and spiritual perspective. It is evidence of the effectiveness of faith and the ongoing need, in all times and cultures, for heroes of virtue and protection in the human psyche. Archangel Michael's profound and ubiquitous appearance in spiritual writings is evidence of his continuing impact on people of all religions. Explored further in these holy scriptures, we find a person who represents the spirit of divine involvement and direction and goes beyond the conventional warrior. Christian tradition holds that Michael's spectacular confrontation with the dragon in the Book of Revelation represents the final triumph of good over evil. This picture not only emphasizes his fighting skills, but also his function as a heavenly watchman defending the moral order. Similar emphasis is placed on the kindness and compassion of Archangel Michael, or Mikhail as he is known, in Islamic faith. His responsibility of feeding and supporting the faithful is made clear in the Quran, which skillfully combines his warrior side with that of a protective mother. Michael is better understood because of this dichotomy, which shows him as a complex person whose compassion matches his might. Michael's persona gains still another level from the mystical Jewish heritage. Here he is the unflinching protector of the Jewish people, a guardian whose dedication to justice and safety is unrivaled. Through his writings, Michael shows up as a strong man as well as a ray of hope and resiliency for everyone he oversees. Examining how Archangel Michael is portrayed in these many spiritual writings reveals a nuanced figure who embodies concepts of power, defense, justice, and compassion. Being a bridge between the heavenly and the earthly, his complex nature enables him to connect profoundly with a broad spectrum of believers. Michael's function in spiritual texts is thus not only about the conflicts he engages in, but also about the protection, direction, and hope he provides to people who ask for his presence in their life. The story told by the images and symbols connected to Archangel Michael goes beyond simple depiction and provides insight into the core of his heavenly responsibilities and qualities. The way Michael is portrayed as a warrior angel, a personification of power and defense, is at the core of this visual language. Wearing heavenly armor, brandishing a sword, and frequently shown with a shield, these components serve as powerful emblems of his dedication to battling evil and defending the defenseless. Particularly, the sword is a weapon of war, but also a lighthouse of heavenly light that cuts through fear and deceit to disclose the truth and offer direction. Beyond the battlefield, nevertheless, Michael's iconography has a great depth. Less often, but no less important, the scales stand in for his part in soul judgment, evaluating moral decisions and the fallout from human deeds. His iconography highlights his link to moral rectitude and divine justice, reminding us of the need of striking a balance between responsibility and compassion. Underfoot, in a number of depictions, Michael's figure is also shown taming a dragon or serpent, a highly symbolic image. As a graphic representation of Michael's position as a defender of the cosmic order and a champion of the light against the darkness, this iconography stands for the victory over evil and chaos. By use of these emblems, Archangel Michael's iconography communicates moral principles of bravery, righteousness, and heavenly protection in a visual sermon. It invites the spectator to consider how good and evil fight both within of them and in the outside world. Therefore, the iconography and symbolism of Archangel Michael are more than just artistic decisions. They are a language that conveys his heavenly purpose and qualities, encouraging everyone who sees them to find their own inner strength and moral compass. Archangel Michael appears in the fabric of contemporary spirituality as a ray of optimism and tenacity, his age-old legacy finding fresh significance in the modern world. His influence cuts over conventional theological lines and speaks to people who are looking for direction and fortitude in the face of the complexity of modern life. In a day when the distinctions between the material and spiritual are becoming more and more hazy, Michael's presence provides a link that links people to a sense of heavenly protection and moral strength. Archangel Michael is, to many, a real, energetic presence that permeates daily life rather than just a character from old writings. During both individual and group crises, he is called upon to provide people in need his sword of truth and shield of safety. This attests to both his continuing popularity and the necessity for people who are courageous, honest, and able to vanquish evil. In modern spirituality, the connection with Archangel Michael is particularly intimate and reflects the path of self-discovery and spiritual development of the person. By means of a variety of spiritual activities, including as liturgy and meditation, individuals develop a relationship with Michael and look to him for direction in overcoming obstacles in life with grace and resiliency. Many times, this relationship is seen as empowering, a source of power that drives the quest of both individual and group well-being. Archangel Michael also inspires efforts for justice and the defense of the weak at the community and social levels. His ideas support truth and fairness, urging people and communities to take up their authority and acting morally. As such, Archangel Michael is a beacon in modern spirituality, pointing people in the direction of their greater good and offering comfort and heavenly assistance. His function reflects the ongoing search of humanity for protection, direction, and the victory of light over darkness. It is both ancient and desperately current. The domain of Archangel Michael's personal experience is profound and very emotional. Stories from people from many walks of life reveal the strong and kind presence of this heavenly entity. Many times, these stories describe times of extreme crisis, uncertainty, or peril when Archangel Michael's assistance was most felt. We can really see the complex character of his heavenly backing from these individual accounts. An overpowering, yet soothing, presence during periods of extreme suffering is one recurrent theme. People report feeling as though they are being embraced in a protective hug or having visions of a strong, reassurance-giving figure. Some describe an abrupt warmth that gives them courage and an inexplicable calm in the midst of hardship. As different as these encounters are, they are all characterized by an unmistakable sense of being watched over and directed by someone more than oneself. Often emphasized in these stories is the significant influence of Archangel Michael's direction. Many people spoke about getting intuitive, clear signals that helped them make decisions that changed their lives, get out of dangerous circumstances, or just find the fortitude to go through the day. Dreams, epiphanies, or coincidental indications that strongly relate to the person's situation are common ways that this direction manifests itself. Though the experiences are very personal, the combined wisdom they provide is priceless. They show that Archangel Michael is approachable and sympathetic, and that his influence goes beyond conventional religious rituals. These tales embody the core of Archangel Michael's vow to protect, lead, and inspire by demonstrating that, in times of need, reaching out with a pure heart can establish a relationship with the divine. Examining the core of Archangel Michael's living principles, we go into a system of virtues that reflect his heavenly qualities and that, when applied to our everyday lives, can transform our existence into one of deeper meaning and harmony with God. These values are a moral compass and a ray of hope that lead us bravely, honestly, and unwaveringly to justice through the complexity of the human experience. Leading among these tenets is the bravery to stick to our beliefs, emulating the bravery of Archangel Michael in his heavenly conflicts. This courage demands of us to face our anxieties, to question the current quo when it jeopardizes the well-being of the innocent, and to never waver in our quest of what is right and true. It is an appeal for support of our highest principles, defending our beliefs from the powers of gloom and darkness. A dedication to becoming a protector of not only ourselves, but also of the weak or disenfranchised is as important. We are motivated to broaden our own sphere of influence, defend others, and provide a safe and compassionate haven in our communities by Archangel Michael's protecting embrace. Finally, Archangel Michael's essence is rippling with the justice principle, which exhorts us to pursue justice and responsibility in all of our interactions. This means standing up for the underprivileged, balancing the odds between the strong and the weak, and making sure that all we do advances the welfare of everyone. Through living up to these values, courage, protection, and justice, we become more like Archangel Michael. It is a roadmap for leading a life of deep meaning and heavenly connection, in which every decision and deed is a reflection of the better qualities of our heavenly mentor. It is a very personal journey to communicate directly with Archangel Michael via the practices of prayer and meditation. Sincerity of our purpose and openness of our souls are what really make this connection work, not complex ceremonies or fancy words. We allow Archangel Michael's power, direction, and protection into our sphere when we create quiet times in our everyday life and devote them to reflection of his presence. A verbal or mental bridge, prayer allows us to communicate to Michael our wants, anxieties, and thanks. It depends more on genuineness than on particular language or procedures. By sharing our deepest feelings and asking Michael to pray for us, we create a relationship that goes beyond the material and leverages the spiritual wealth of help he provides. Conversely, meditation calls us into a quiet, receptive place. By focused purpose or imagination, we can see Archangel Michael's shield defending against negativity, his sword piercing through the mist of our uncertainty, and his protective light around us. With this technique, one engages actively and mentally and emotionally with the attributes and support of Archangel Michael rather than waiting passively. To reach Archangel Michael, prayer and meditation are powerful instruments. They just need a desire to reach out and a faith in the potential of supernatural help. They don't need any particular knowledge. Through this holy dialogue, strengthened by Archangel Michael's constant presence, we open the door to deep transformation, direction, and a greater sense of calm. Beyond strictly spiritual or religious domains, Archangel Michael's legacy is a colorful tapestry woven into the very fabric of world society. His image, which stands for justice and protection, has profoundly impacted narrative, creative expression, and group identity in many different cultural contexts. This wide cultural influence attests to his international appeal and the continuing human interest with figures who represent justice, compassion, and strength. Within the field of art, Michael is frequently portrayed as a heroic person. His dynamic representations, which range from Renaissance masterpieces to modern digital art, show how his image can be adapted to suit the changing artistic sensitivities of many centuries. Stories about Archangel Michael have also enhanced literature. Poets, playwrights, and novelists have used his mythology to examine themes of struggle, atonement, and the victory of good over evil. Not that music and movies have been spared his impact. While filmmakers have braided Michael's symbolism into stories that speak to our communal desire for heroes who struggle against the darkness, composers have created symphonies that depict the vast scope of his battles. The fact that Archangel Michael is so highly revered, festivals and festivities in his name abound, highlights his function as a bridge between many cultures and groups. This complex cultural influence is what really emphasizes Archangel Michael's function as a cultural figure whose impact touches the core of human expression and creativity in addition to his spiritual duty. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening episode of the Luminous Prosperity Podcast. Before we wrap up, we want to remind you about the incredible opportunity to join the annual Luminous Prosperity Program. This is a truly one-of-a-kind experience where only 12 people a year are selected to enroll. The combination of personalities and energies for the class is considered an art in and of itself. Here's what participants will receive. Weekly classes, in-depth lessons and group coaching sessions to deepen their understanding and practice. Monthly spiritual care packages, curated packages with high-quality spiritual tools tailored to their journey. Hard copy books, comprehensive books, journals, and more with exclusive content to support their learning. Online community and mastermind group, connect with like-minded individuals and receive ongoing support. Bespoke coaching, monthly one-on-one sessions to provide personalized guidance and support. Concierge support, 24/7 support via phone, email, and text. Annual, one-of-a-kind luminous blueprint, a handcrafted leather-bound book outlining their journey, goals, progress, and techniques that work for them. Bespoke meditations, customized meditations delivered based on their objectives, personality, and strengths to help them visualize and affirm their way to success. This year-long journey begins on November 11th, and while the program costs $55,000 annually or $55 a month, registration closes on September 23rd. Additionally, one generous scholarships is awarded each year to make this transformative experience accessible to all who are meant to be here. Begin the process by simply scheduling a time that works for you at luminousprosperity.com. We can't wait to meet you and embark on this transformative journey together. For more details, visit us at luminousprosperity.com. Thank you for listening, and until next time, stay luminous.